I've traveled around this great country of ours for the last 25 years with the Roadhouse Rockers. I've met some of the best car and bike builders, been to the biggest shows and auctions in the country. I've seen some of the coolest hot rods and classics around. But some of the greatest ones are right here in our own backyard. My name is Rick Magee, and this is Gearheadz USA.
Welcome to another episode of Gearheadz USA. Today, we are at the Hillbilly Flyin. You guys got to check this out. These people have got flying machines like you've never seen before, flying all day, all week they've been doing this, and today's the last day of it, and they're having a car show. And there's some of the coolest cars in the area out here and some of the coolest builders. You guys got to come and check this out. Well, here's the coordinator for the Hillbilly Flyin, Jeff Weimer. How you doing,
Good,
Jeff?
Rick. How you doing?
I'm doing real good. Thanks for having us out here today.
Problem,
this is awesome. So, how many years have you been doing the flying?
This is my 26th.
26 years. Yeah. And you get flying machines all over from all over states, and a lot of the planes are gone now because they went to lunch.
Yeah,
they took their planes to lunch, and they're going to be back. Isn't that awesome? Cool. That's really cool. So you fly yourself too, right?
Yeah.
And how many years have you been doing that?
21.
21 years. And so this is your flying machine.
This is mine.
Tell us a little bit about your flying machine.
This was made in Romania. There's only 8 of this brand in the United States.
Is that right?
Yes.
And it's a 2-seater, I noticed.
2-seater.
Do you get a lot of brave people to ride in it?
A lot of them.
You do?
Yeah, a lot of them.
I know I'm not one of them. But you're going to take somebody for a ride today?
Probably this afternoon.
Is it a little windy for you guys today, or no?
Later this afternoon.
Oh, later this afternoon. Yeah. Okay, so how many horsepower is yours putting out?
68.
68. And so what's the highest you've ever went in the air with one of these?
11,000 feet.
11,000 feet. And what's the furthest that you've gone?
180 miles.
180 miles. And how long would it take you to go 180 miles?
About 4.5 hours.
So how many actual miles per hour, knots or whatever they call it, these guys?
It cruises about 32.
Wow. This is awesome. And you guys put this show on every year. Now this year, for the first time, we put on a car show, which is really great. And next year, we're going to try doing a swap meet here too, right?
Yes.
So we just got to get everybody that's interested in doing any kind of swap meet with their cars, airplanes, anything that runs. We'd just love to have you out here. And thanks again for having us, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
All right, well, here's a good friend of mine, Farmer Jack. I've been friends with him for years. How you doing, Jack?
Pretty good, Rick.
Well, what do you think of this Hillbilly Flyin? You guys been doing this for a while, huh?
Oh man, it's the greatest. It's the most exciting thing you could do.
And you are a brave guy going up in one of these. I know you had a little mishap once in a while, but you just got right back up in the saddle and went again, right?
That's right. You know, you fall off your horse, you get back on it.
So tell us a little bit about these flying machines. What exactly are they?
Well, you have a parachute for a wing.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to lay it out behind you and get it rotated, and it comes up above you. It's ram air, and so it gets rigid when it's up above you, and then you just get a little speed under you. You give it a little throttle, and you're flying, man. You are flying, man.
I guess. So
yeah. Once you get up there, you can cross your legs.
Okay, so what is this actually powered? This is a 2-stroke motor, correct?
It's a 2-stroke motor, 53 horsepower.
53
it's air
horsepower.
cooled, it's oil injected, and you use high test fuel. You know,
high test fuel. So it costs a couple bucks. So how high can you guys actually go in one of these?
You can go really high.
Yeah, you can go really high.
Really high. You can go up to 10,000 feet, but you can't see nothing from up there. Yeah, you're better off at 500 feet.
But 500 feet's pretty far up in the air with nothing but a
yeah, 500 or 1,000 feet. You know, and altitude is actually your friend.
Okay, so you got some air currents that hold you up when you're underneath.
Yeah, it's hard to get used to that, but altitude is your buddy.
Okay. Now, how many years have you been doing this?
Well, I started back skydiving back in '92, and I took fixed wing aircraft. You know, if you need to get instruction. You know, you don't want to fly one of these without instruction. That is the most important thing, is instruction. You know, it saves you a lot of money in the long run.
It might save your life too.
Yeah, it might save your life too.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a one-seater, but they have them so you can have two people. So somebody has to be brave with no controls and just trust somebody to do that, huh?
Yeah, so that's why I got a one-seater. These, you know, it's hard to trust anybody else, but
well,
I can trust me.
I know your wife, and I know she doesn't want to be in the back seat.
Yeah.
But this is really cool. So thanks for showing it to us, Jack. It's good to see you, my brother.
My pleasure, Rick.
Right, thank you so much.
Oh my God! Ah! I wouldn't do it if there was a net. Hey. Ah.
Well, David, that was incredible.
Oh, thank you. That was
Awesome. So how long have you been doing this?
I started in 2017.
2017,
Yeah.
you're that good already.
Well,
You are brave. Tell us a little bit about your flying machine. How does it actually work? What is it exactly? What's the motor?
yeah, well, this motor is about a 28 horsepower.
28 horse.
And the gliders are just, mine is a 16.5 square meter. It's quite small. It's really spunky. You can do a lot of that stuff, whereas other wings, it's really hard to do that.
Oh, wow.
If you have the larger
So
gliders.
you've got a two-stroke motor hanging on your back. You can show everybody what that looks
sure.
like with
Yeah.
a propeller.
Yeah, this is actually a limited edition. It has a little bit more horsepower than the standard version of this would have.
Well, we noticed when you were doing your flips and everything, is that scary when you're doing that? It has to be somewhat. I was scared for you watching you.
You know, anymore it's really not. It's just another dimension. You're looking at, for example, if you look at distance, that's kind of how it feels to me. It's just far away, up, down. It's no difference.
Do you have videos of you up there when you're actually up doing it? Did you have on yourself videos? Do you ever do that?
I just don't. I hardly ever take any videos. I do take some pictures every now and then.
You should do that so people could get a kind of an idea what it feels like to do that. I mean, it wouldn't be exactly the same. So this will go, how high in the air can you go?
Well, it depends on how, it depends on what you want to do. after 13,000 feet, you're probably going to start running out of oxygen.
And you've been up that high yourself?
I've been to 13,000, yes.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
talk about brave. That is so cool. And what do you think of the Hillbilly Flyin? Isn't this awesome?
I love it. It's been really good, really great people. All the folks here at the airport have been phenomenal.
They're awesome, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Janice, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you. How do you like the Hillbilly Flyin?
I love it.
You love it.
I love
We
it.
didn't see, you got a husband and wife team that fly around this. Tell us a little bit about this. What do you actually call this? They told me before, but I forgot already.
It's a powered paraglider or a paramotor.
A paramotor. And so you just strap this thing like the guys we were talking to earlier, and you're not afraid to do this. How long
No.
have you been doing this?
I just started in May of this year.
Started in May. This takes a lot of training, I understand, though, right?
Yes. I went to 2 weeks of training.
2 weeks?
Aviator paramotor.
2 weeks, and you're up there flying it by yourself.
Yes.
So,
You're actually flying within about 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you and you and your husband been doing this together, huh?
Yes.
So I heard you guys touch your
Wingtips?
wingtips on. You mean doesn't that make you nervous flying around with 2 parachutes? Like, aren't you afraid they get tangled?
It's a bump.
It's just
a bump.
a bump. It's
just a bump.
And you go just like these guys. Do you ever do any loops or anything?
I don't do any acro
Are
yet,
you
no.
planning on doing any of that in the near future?
No, not until I have a whole lot more hours.
Okay. So you guys, you've been doing this since May. How long's your husband been doing it?
May as well.
Since May. Wow. A husband and wife team doing this. So what do you think of this Hillbilly Flyin? Isn't this as cool, isn't it?
I love this airport. There's a lot of space here. There's a lot
There
of
is.
pilots here, and we've had a really great weekend.
Well, this thing is bigger than you, so tell us how many horsepower is your motor in this?
It's 80. It's an Atom 80.
Adam 80, and it's a 2-stroke like the rest of
Uh-huh.
them. And you fly, wow, this is just awesome. It's so cool to see. I mean, a lot of people, I know I'm too chicken to go up there and do any of this stuff, but see, anybody can be brave enough to learn. She started within a couple days after you
Yes.
took your training?
Yes.
Just awesome. Thank you so much, Janice.
you.
It was great talking to you. You have a great rest of your weekend.
I will. Thank you.
George Jones, how are you?
I am fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good. This is awesome.
Well, thank you.
Oh my God, a 37 Nash.
Yes.
But it's not a 37 Nash anymore. Oh, it's got the bones though, right?
It's a rat rod hearse now.
A rat rod to hearse. Okay, so this is a rat rod on steroids.
Yeah.
My God, you must have done a lot to this thing. It's just awesome.
Okay.
So starting out, what do you got for a power plant in this?
I got a Ford motor 400 V6,
400. Oh, really? Okay, what do you got for a tranny?
automatic.
Automatic?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So how many years or how long did it take you to build this?
About 3 years.
3 years. And so I see you got these pictures of what it started out like. So
Yeah.
did you buy this out of a field or
I
something?
bought it from a friend of mine.
A friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've been working on it for 3 years. Did you do it all by yourself?
Yep, I do everything.
You did this all by yourself. The paint, all this. How did you do this artwork? What is this? Is this molded or how did you
It's
do this?
body putty,
Body putty. You mean
yeah.
like Bondo?
Bondo,
And Duracell.
fiberglass
And you
resin.
did this yourself?
Yep, I
And
make a
then-
mold for it and pour the fiberglass in it, and then
Oh my
I
God.
put it on.
And you did all the, is this airbrushed or something? Or?
A little bit of airbrush, a little bit of freehand.
Oh my God, this is amazing. And you did this all yourself. Like I see this web. My God, this is just amazing. What kind of wheels you got on there? How big are your
20-inch wheels.
20-inch wheels?
Yeah.
My God, does it cruise down the road good?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I had
so-
it at 80 miles an hour.
80
but-
miles an hour. Well, it looked like it could be an 80-mile-an-hour car. And look at that. I just love the skulls on the headlights. That is so awesome. You didn't even forget to put the spine
Neck
on there.
bone.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Thank
and
you.
you've got in the back here, you've got a, is that a real casket?
I made it.
You made that casket too?
Yep, I made the
Oh my
casket.
God, you are one handy guy. Holy cow.
Yeah.
This is awesome. And so is it the stock frame and everything? Or did you...
The frame is out of a 71 Ford van,
Oh,
my
71.
old work van.
Oh, so
And
you just like put things together. and did it.
Everything's electric.
Wow.
The hood
You
raises
just-
out. I can show you that too.
Oh my God, this is so cool. That is cool. So, who's your girlfriend as your co-pilot in
Oh,
there?
just bones.
And you did the interior work and everything on this too?
I did everything.
My
Yes.
God, this is just an amazing car. Well,
Thank you.
George, this is awesome. Thank you so much for bringing it out here.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Thank
keep
you.
Keep it up. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
I will. Thank you.
Calvin, how are you?
Pretty good, man.
Thank you so much for coming out. So what's interesting to me about this 55 Chevy is he's had this thing for 48 years.
Yep.
48 years, and you tried selling it through the years and couldn't even sell it.
Right.
Oh my God. So the thing, when did you start doing this awesome restoration on it actually?
2001.
2001. So let me ask you, what did you actually pay for it when you bought it 48 years ago?
$550.
$550. And what did it have when you bought it for a drivetrain back then?
No motor.
No motor, no transmission?
Nope.
So has it had a lot of transplants in its life, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to get it running. I drove it for 2 years in 78 and 79.
Uh-huh.
No hood.
So it was a different color, I'm assuming, when it first came out. And this is a 210 model, correct?
Right, the 210.
But you sure did a nice job on this. Tell us a little bit about, well, let's start with your interior. That is a really awesome job on your interior. What did you have done to your interior?
Well, complete leather upholstery, but those are the original seats all the way around.
Seats. Okay, I see your steering wheel and some of your dashes a little different.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. So what's the power plant in this thing now?
It's called an old school LS2.
LS2, great motor. And the tranny, what do you got in for a transmission?
700 R4.
700, so it cruises down the road pretty good when
yeah.
you're getting overdrive, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome. And what color do you call this?
The wife picked the colors, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's awesome color combination, and,
Yeah.
they should have came out like that. That is really a cool car. So 48 years you've owned this 55 Chevy. Tried to sell it, and you still got it. Aren't you happy you didn't sell it?
Oh boy.
Oh my God. And it's 2021, and you're driving it around, and it looks like a gem. It is a gem. And you must be a gearhead. Thank you so much, Calvin, for bringing it out. Thank you so much. Brad,
Yeah.
how are you?
Good.
Thank you for bringing out one of my favorite trucks of all time, a 78 Little Red Express truck. Now, they only made like less than 2,200 of these things in 78, and you've got a beautiful one. So tell me, is this an all numbers matching with the 360, everything?
It's all numbers matching. Everything's original.
Wow, that is amazing to see. So how long have you had this?
About 3 years now.
Was it in this kind of condition when you bought it?
No, it had been in storage for about 18 years, and then I got it and seen it advertised in the local paper and went and looked at it.
Somewhere local around here had a 78, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that so?
Yeah.
So the stack's original, or did you have to find?
No,
those
they're
are
all
original. Because I know, well, I had a friend that had one of these, and it was hard to find the oak rails for them. Do you have those?
No, I don't.
That's something that's tough. We should
From what
start
I've
manufacturing those. You
From
know?
what I've understood, that's kind of that was an option to them at the time. You could get them or not.
Because I notice I don't see that. I remember back
Yeah.
in the day, people had those. So this is the fastest vehicle. And
They say it's the fastest production vehicle of the year.
yeah, 19. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
And it was a truck. Of course, you know, Mopar would be the ones that would be the fastest. Those 360s would really fly. I mean, that had to make all of us guys who were driving Chevys pretty jealous to say a truck could beat us down the road. So you get a lot of looks when you take this out, I'm assuming, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So you did the paintwork and everything on this yourself?
Most of it was just buffing and a few touch-ups here and there.
Really?
For as far as the paint goes.
So was this the original
But the motor,
paint?
I had to pull the motor and you know, it leaked everywhere, and transmission leaked, and the brakes were froze up, and the tires were dry rotted.
Well, yeah,
you know, I once had to go through all the mechanical
but it looks
parts
brand
of it.
new. So this paint is pretty much original on
A
it?
lot. There's a lot. It's been painted a few places here and there, but there is some original.
Wow, that
it's all original under the hood and on the fenders
That
and,
is awesome.
and doors.
It is just an awesome truck. So how many miles does the truck have on it?
I think there's like 71,000, something like that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. And these are nice running vehicles. I just love to see. The 78 is my favorite. Of course, the 79s have made a lot more. So to find one, a 78 like this in this good a shape, and somebody like you must really love it. You're pretty handy at this stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
I like my Mopars.
All right. Well, you are definitely a gearhead. Thank you for bringing it out. We appreciate it.
thank
What do you
you.
think of the Hillbilly Flyin?
Hey, nothing wrong with this.
All
This is
right.
great.
Thank you very much. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You betcha. Thank you.
Okay, Steve Warner. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How
Not
are you?
the singer Steve Warner, though,
No,
are you?
I'm not the singer.
I'm doing
I
good.
tell people I am.
Okay, good deal. She's real fine, my 409 right here. My God, is this thing beautiful. And this is a authentic, numbers matching super sport. And it's convertible on top of that. My God, how long have you had this car?
Since 1972.
And you used to drive this car in the winter, you said?
My wife drove this car in the wintertime. Can you believe it?
Oh my God. And I bet you guys didn't think nothing of it back then, did you?
Oh no, everybody
How much
did.
weight did you put in the back of it to keep that motor
Well,
from
when
spinning
we
your
take it to
tires?
the drive-ins, we'd put a lot of weight in it.
Oh, okay, so you can fit some. So did you do this restoration yourself?
No, Terry Carson does them
This
for
is-
me. I got several cars, and he does most of my work.
And this is awesome. And this is a numbers matching one? It's
Numbers matching.
Wow, 4-speed, 409 dual quads.
409,
4-speed dual quad positive traction 409. Just like the song says. Steve, is there anything else special you can tell? The interior looks pretty stock. Whoever did it pretty close to the way it is in '62.
Oh yeah, it's a numbers matching car. The only thing that's wrong is those pipes. I put stainless steel pipes on it.
That's okay. You don't have to worry about them rusting.
That's
and,
it.
Yeah, and you got.
That's why I put the mirrors down. So
okay, yeah, we got to take a look at the underneath this. Isn't that clean? What an awesome car. So you've had this since '78, you said?
72.
72.
72.
Wow. And you've had it, and it ran in the winter as a regular car, and then you decided this thing is really an eye catcher, and we better restore it.
Well, my wife died, and I said I'm going to keep this car forever, and we went ahead and did a ground up.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm sorry to hear about that, but I'm glad you kept the legacy going. Thank you so much for bringing it out,
well,
Steve. Thank you very much. And you are a gearhead. Well, here we are with Martin. How are you, Martin?
Hi, Rob.
I'm good to see you.
Thank you.
You got the last year of the Bullet Thunderbird here.
That was 1963 was the last year that they did make these Bullet Birds. 61, 2, and 3 was the year that they made these Bullet Birds. And what I did admire about these was that the stainless steel chrome, it runs from the front bumper all the way to the back bumper.
Wow.
To the rocket tail lights, rocket engine tail lights. Yes. It is, Rick.
And this is a 390 in here also, correct?
Yes.
And so this is very clean. How did you find such a clean Thunderbird?
Well, actually, I did just acquire this spring. Now, when I did get it, it was not so clean. This was a museum queen. It had 20 years of dust on it.
Wow.
Tires were 20 years old on this also. So it did need a lot of TLC and still can use some more.
Well, it is museum quality, I can see that. Yeah. So this is so cool, the way the convertible's like the Ford retractable almost, the way it goes back into the trunk. That is such a cool design. And that's all pretty much mechanical, and it works great? Or
yes, actually, whoever did do the restoration 20 years ago did replace all the cylinders for the hydraulic cylinders, hoses. All that stuff was replaced with new stuff. Okay. New hardware in there.
Okay, so it's a little more reliable now than what it was.
Well, I must assume it is. I mean, it was all new.
And does this, I'm not sure, but I remember does this have the swivel out seats on it?
No, but it does have the slide away steering wheel.
The Fat Man steering wheel, they called that.
Yes, yes.
That is a really cool design too. And this is a 394 barrel.
Correct.
Automatic car, convertible. Now, Is this original paint or has this been repainted?
This car has been totally restored.
It is just a gorgeous car. I mean, and the Bullet Thunderbirds are just a thing of their own. They're just awesome. And I love the chrome on the doors. And you said that's the only year they did that?
On the doors was a 63 that had emblems on the door.
Emblems on the door.
Yes.
This is just awesome. The interior's awesome. The top, everything. I bet this floats down the road like a boat, doesn't it?
It is. It's a cloud. It does.
All right.
And it does also, what I do like about it too, is the tonneau cover in the back to make it look like a two-seater.
A two-seater, yeah.
And the top will go up with that tonneau cover on too, which
now,
makes very
nice. Was that
nice.
something Ford offered, or was that an aftermarket?
That was an option.
That was an option. Okay. Because I've seen some of them like that before, and it does. You can just get rid of the back seat, and it's just a regular, like the Baby Bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the seat is still back there.
Yeah.
You just remove it. Easily removes, and you're sitting for 4.
This is just an awesome car. So what do you think of the Hillbilly Flyin? Have you been watching these guys flying around?
I have watched them. I'm thinking it's not for me. I would enjoy watching.
Okay. Me too.
But it's not would not be me.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out.
Well, thank you
so
Rick.
much for bringing it. It's good talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, Charlie.
Charlie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Hey, look at this, a 1930 Model A two-door sedan.
That's correct.
And it's stock. Somebody didn't chop this one,
Yeah,
and
there
they
you
kept
go.
it the
There you
same.
go. That's right.
Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful car. So how long have you had this, Charlie?
It's been in the family about 35 years.
35 years.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it didn't look like this 35 years ago,
No,
right?
it was a running car.
Okay.
And we ran it for about 12 years, the way it was. And then when my dad passed away, of course we wanted to keep the car in the family, and we did, and then we had it professionally restored.
It's beautiful, and yeah, the paint combination is. Now, did they have that in 1930? Paint combination like that on these Model A's?
Yes, yeah.
They did. So you used
of course, the Model T was all black.
Right, exactly. And I saw they got that paint from Japan. I read.
Is that right?
That they got most of their paint from Japan. Now, who knows if the internet is right? But I read that a while ago, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Henry used to say you could get any color you want as long as it was black.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
But when the A's came out, you could get a color combination.
Yeah, and this is a beautiful, beautiful car.
Thank you.
And it's still gravity flow, fuel, and a beautiful butterfly hood, and the original four-cylinder just has that distinct sound.
No, it does. It does. Yeah.
And so you guys had hired somebody to do the restoration on this.
Yes. Yeah, we had a professional shop restored for us.
So how long did the restoration take to do on this?
It took one winter. We took it over like late fall, October, and we got it back in around May.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty quick.
It's not
I
bad,
mean, some
yeah.
people take years and
Oh,
years,
yes,
and
yes.
this thing is just gorgeous.
Yes.
And I have a 29, like I said, and my top's a vinyl like that. That's a good upgrade to put on there instead of the
Yes.
old tar paper. But other than
Right,
that, everything
right.
looks really stock
Well,
on
thank
this.
you. Well, thank you.
And the crank, you're not as brave like me.
No,
either.
no, I
don't want
like
to lose
my-
your thumb.
yeah, I
right?
like my thumbs.
But this is
Yeah.
a beautiful, beautiful car. I'm
Well,
so happy to
thank
see
you.
one that's in original condition
Uh-huh.
and been in the family that long. That is just so
Yes.
great.
Well,
Cool.
that's, yeah.
Charlie, thank you
And,
so much for
well, thank
bringing it
you.
out. Thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
to the Hillbilly Flyin.
Very
we
good.
appreciate it.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, this is Jamie. Hi, Jamie. And this is Joe.
Hi.
Hi. You guys brought out a 55 Willys, or Willis, whatever you want to call it. You guys say Willys, right?
Willys.
Okay, but this is a little unique. This is, what do you call it? It's not a street rod or a rat rod. It's a
Street rat.
street rat. Oh my God, this thing is just awesome. So how long have you guys had this vehicle?
About 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years, and you guys did all the work yourself on this thing?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's start with your motor. I can see that has been upgraded quite a bit. What do you got in here?
I got a 76 truck 350. I put a 268H energy comp cam, double roller, a high velocity oil pump. It's got a Edelbrock 600 carburetor and a set of headers. That's about it.
And you got a pretty decent looking fuel cell in the back there too. That is really cool. So you use the jerry can, put the fuel in that, and the jerry can goes into your fuel cell.
Yeah, it goes into the, I use a S10 fuel tank and created it into a box.
That is really cool.
And that's where we're putting the gas.
I'm assuming this isn't a 4-wheel drive anymore, right? So this is just a 2-wheel drive
it's
racer?
a 2-wheel drive, just your weekend warrior.
It's a weekend work. And you guys did all the work yourself?
Yes.
Both of you did?
Yes.
Did you help them out with this too?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So the interior work, everything you guys customized, and you kind of left it, like you said, it's a
mixture.
A mixture of a rat rod, and maybe you're going to start a whole new class of vehicles for everybody.
I don't know. It hasn't really caught on in this area yet.
Well, hey, now that people will be seeing this, maybe you'll be starting something. You never know. So this thing probably gets down the road pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it does all right. It's pretty fuel efficient too.
Is it really?
Yeah, it doesn't do too bad on gasoline.
That's good for this day and age.
Yeah.
I just figured, I remember riding in one of these old Willys or Willis's years ago, and it was a little bit bumpy.
Yeah,
So,
well, I got it on full body mounts, so it's takes the shock out of the ride.
all right. This is just a beautiful, I really, really think this is cool. I just love the, I guess a hybrid you could call it. It's a really, really cool vehicle.
And I got most of my parts from a local salvage yard.
Oh, good.
And they're on here. I did the rims, the rear end, transmission. I bought the engine from an old fella, and it just went from there.
Wow.
Just started putting it together.
You just took some stuff and made it into this cool thing right here.
Yep.
It is very, very cool. What do you guys think of the Hillbilly Flyin?
Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it? They're a little braver than I am.
Yeah, they're a little braver than I am too. another part of this is this was her grandfather's.
Oh, wow.
The Jeep itself was her grandfather's, and she inherited it.
So it's been in the family for years then. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you guys kept it alive. That's awesome.
And that's why she wanted to be able to drive it to car shows and that. And I said, well, I guess I got my work cut out for me.
Well, you guys did an awesome job. Jamie, thank you so much. Joe,
thank you.
Thanks for coming
out.
We appreciate
and thank
it.
you.
Wow, what a great episode of Gearheadz USA here at the Hillbilly Flyin. Beautiful August day, cool fly machines, cool people, and really cool cars. Thank you so much, and tune in next time.